Hello everybody, welcome to the player rating show. Liverpool dicked Atalanta by 5-0 to keep up their 100% win record in the Champions League. That is now 9 points from 9. That is now 8 goals for, no goals against, top of the group by 5 points. My word. What a game that was tonight. We are here, as we always are after the game, to give your player ratings for that. If you want to rate a player, then play along with us. Inform us what that player rating will be. In the graphics underneath me, you can see, it just says, give us your ratings. To give a rating of 10, type in the chat, ! vote space 10. So what will happen is, Streambots will open up a chat. We'll do that right now for Alisson Becker. You'll see in the chat, Streambots will say the poll is now open. It'll pop up over on my left hand side as well. You have 1 minute to get your votes in for Alisson Becker. So that vote is now live. Please do vote. We've got over 400, we've got over 573 people watching right now. I want loads and loads of votes for all of these players. So we want to get the votes coming in for Alisson. I can see that they're flying in, and Alisson Becker, a bit of a strange one for me because I thought he was brilliant. I'll get that out the way first and foremost, but I don't think he started brilliantly. I think he sort of warmed into the game, and he had one where he sort of let it past him and he goes back and grabs it and all that type of stuff. But then after that, my word, save after save. I think there was 6 saves in total, 4 of which were in the penalty area, and I just thought he was absolutely brilliant from then on in. And we've had to start the poll again on Alisson. It wasn't actually registering your vote, so please vote again. It always seems to happen on the very first one, much like Alisson Becker's performance. Our poll system seems to warm into the game. After this, it will work absolutely fine. So please get them coming in now. I can't see any of the votes coming in, Tom. Are any of the votes coming in? Are they counting? This is not a good start for the game, for the poll, for the player ratings. It's just not good at all. We're going to try and get that restarted again for you now. But I'll keep talking about Alisson because, you know, he comes in after that injury and you know that he's got Reese Williams in front of him. But I thought between the back five, as it were, they really handled Reese Williams well, and they let him express himself and let him play his game. And you know, there was chances for Atalanta tonight, don't get me wrong, and there was big saves from Alisson Becker as well during the game. The vote is now open. The vote is now open. Let's see if we can get them coming in. Is it working? Is it fuck working? It's just not working. We'll move on. I can see get to 9 anyway. Let's try Trent Alexander-Arnold. Tom, please, mate. And we'll see if we can get this one working instead. So we're going to get the Trent Alexander-Arnold one up and now. And we're going to hope the Trent Alexander-Arnold poll works. So please now vote for Trent Alexander-Arnold, who gets a wonderful assist. I think it was Jota's. Was it Jota's first goal? Was it the little chipped one? I've got a funny feeling that it was, and what a ball it was, my word. You know, and he's creating from deep, isn't he? You know, he didn't go forwards as much as we've seen, obviously, last season. But what Trent Alexander-Arnold is able to do now is he's staying back a little bit, first of all, and that's probably to protect Reese Williams at times as well. But you know what he's able to do, he's picking those passes from deep. Is this working, Tom? Right, okay, we'll just go old school, mate. It's not a problem. Let's just fuck it off. If you can get it working, let me know in my ear, please, mate. But if not, I'll go Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm going to give him... I want to give him somewhere between an 8 and a 9, but I know if I go to a 9, then what mark do we give lads later on? You know what I mean? So I gave Alisson a 9 because I based it on the votes that were coming in. I think he's somewhere between an 8 and a 9, Trent Alexander-Arnold. So I know we can't normally do this with the poll. I'm going to give him an 8.5. I'm going to get him straight on to Reese Williams next, who I thought was absolutely brilliant. And I don't think he had so much to do that he could showcase exactly what he's got, but he looked calm on the ball, didn't he? We are trying to get that poll working for Reese Williams, so please do vote and we'll see if we can get that working. But this lad has come into a Champions League game against a very good Atalanta side, a side that everybody was saying they're going to attack you, they're going to cause you problems, and Reese Williams just stood up like Virgil van Dijk did. And it was funny because Joe Gomez was the one that had murals on him and he was giving him a bit of a tough time, and Reese Williams sort of just managed to avoid all things, and it was just class from Reese. So I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 performance. I should probably give him a 10. I'm going to give him a 9 because there are other performances there that get 10s out of 10, definitely. So we're going to move on to Joe Gomez next, and Joe, again, a wonderful assist for Diogo Jota. I think that's his second one, the one where he pulls it down, beats his man inside, and then finishes. He had a tough time later on in the game against Duvan, didn't he? But generally speaking, I thought he did really well. He was in a tough physical encounter with Muriel's there, number 9, and he held him off really well. Very early on in the game, Muriel gave him a little bit of a shoulder barge. I think that meant Gomez realised he was going to be in a bit of a game here, and he performed. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Andy Robertson, his header for Salah's goal is so crucial, and he is so good at marshalling the front of our penalty area in that 6-yard box when we defend corners, and it's his header that gets the ball down to Curtis Jones to then spring Mo Salah. So he's brilliant in those situations. If you watch him, he's always on toes. He's like a fucking boxer or something, you know what I mean? He's always on toes. He's always ready for the ball to be played in. And again, I don't think we played with our fullbacks so high. They came up to about this area of the field here, but they weren't like going beyond tonight, and they didn't have to. So I'm going to give him an 8.5 out of 10 as well. I give Trent 8.5. I think, yeah, and I'm going to give Andy Robertson an 8.5 as well. And then I'm going to move on to Jordan Henderson. And Jordan and Gini, for me, they were just brilliant in the centre of the park. I mean, Liverpool dominated possession tonight. We obviously know we absolutely battered Atalanta. And these lads gave these lads the platform to perform tonight, and and again Kurt Jones as well, and everything that was in the centre of the park, it was Hendo's, it was Gini's, and Gini was running forwards a bit more than we've seen over the last couple of weeks and stuff as well. I'm going to give Jordan probably a 9 out of 10. I think he was outstanding. I think he dictated tempo really well. He was moving the ball side to side. He was telling our team where we needed to play, and he was never really in trouble. I'm going to give Gini Wijnaldum the exact same mark, to be honest with you. I think that's a performance where you notice Gini Wijnaldum, and you notice him because he's pushing forwards. He's going to try and start attacks and stuff like that, and he's trying to get on the end of things. So it's absolutely brilliant from him as well. I'm going to give Jones a 9 out of 10. There might be a little bit of Scouse bias in there. I thought he was really good. He gets an assist. I know Salah has to run half the length of the football pitch, but he still gets that assist. And I thought, again, he sort of grew into the game, and you could see early on that he wanted to put a big performance in. He was throwing his body on the line. He was going in for tackles. He obviously picks up a yellow card as well. But then he started to really get the game by the scruff of the neck, and it was his movement, in fact, wasn't it, that Jota's first. I think it was Jota's first, and it's his movement where Trent's about to play that ball, and he comes and pulls the centre half out while Jota goes in, and that movement, absolutely brilliant, absolutely key. That if the centre back was there, that ball to Jota's not on. So absolutely brilliant tactical understanding of the system there, shown by Curtis Jones. Plus he gets an assist as well. I'm going to move on next to Mo Salah, who started first half quiet by the front three standards this evening, but by the end of the second half, you knew Salah was up for it. Salah could have had a hat-trick. He could have had 2 goals where he sprinted from the halfway line, couldn't he? And I just thought he was brilliant again. I'm going to give Mo Salah a 10 out of 10. He takes his goal really, really well. He sprints from the halfway line, from Curtis's ball. He gets his body in front of that man, and he cuts back. And at that point, we were all a little bit, I think, like, oh, he's and then he just boom, bends it, top bin. Keeper has absolutely no chance, and it was a joy to watch, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm going to go on to Mane next because I'm saving Jota for last. So Mane, spoilers, he's getting a fucking 10 as well, to be honest. And again, a goal and assist, just like Mo Salah gets a goal and assist tonight. Sadio Mane gets a goal and assist as well, and a wonderful finish. The goalkeeper comes out, he stays low, chips him, brilliant. And that goal, that's the one where Salah gets the assist for Mane, isn't it? And I forgot to mention, it's from Trent's throw-in. And when you watch that goal back, look at Jota, because Jota's new to this. We've seen these sort of plays, if you want to go by an NFL term, where one player moves and another one goes into the vacuum that's created. Jota goes in for the short throw, and Trent uses him, sees the space, throws it, Salah runs inside, and then the weight of pass is just sublime. And then Sadio Mane, bearing down on the keeper, dinks him once again, and another 10 out of 10 performance for me from Sadio Mane. And that ball from Sadio Mane, by the way, is it Jota's third? It's so hard to keep up with it all. The outside of the right boot, as Jota runs behind the line of defenders, curls it beautifully, perfectly into Jota's path. Another wonderful assist from him. And then for the man of the match himself, Diogo Jota. I mean, what do you give a man who has just got a hat-trick in the Champions League? It's just unbelievable. He's getting a goal every 71 minutes at the moment. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention Mo Salah, now Liverpool's top scorer, joint top scorer, I believe, in the Champions League with Steven Gerrard. That's his 21st goal in the Champions League for Liverpool Football Club tonight. He is going to break some records that are going to be very, very difficult to break after he leaves the football club. But back onto Diogo Jota, the man of the match. 3 brilliant finishes, all in different ways. And he started a minute 25 in. And he has that shot, and he goes through, and he sort of, I think he's maybe a little bit lucky to cut inside of the right back, and he gets in, and the goalkeeper goes down, and it's really interesting that every one of our strikers pretty much then goes high in the goal, and you know, a few minutes later he gets that first, he dinks him. Well, the first time the keeper ran out of him, he went low. Second time he dinks him, quick learner, and then Sadio Mane dinks the keeper, and then, you know, so this is something that these strikers probably a little talk about. They probably need to. The strikers, they understand what goalkeepers are doing, so in those situations. But I thought he learned really quickly. Obviously, the second goal, it's outstanding. That first touch, beautiful. Takes the defender out the game, puts it in a place that only he can hit it, takes it right-footed. Third goal, rounds the keeper. Little bit lucky maybe to round the keeper, and then finishes it with his left foot. Left foot goals, right foot goals. He can do what he wants, to be honest with you. He's so fast, he's a live wire. He wants to play deep, he wants to bullet his feet, he wants to go beyond. The lad has got absolutely everything. And the front 3 players there today, movement. They had everything. They were dropping deep, they were going long, they were going wide, they were cutting inside. Atalanta players will be there in their dressing room, probably still in their dressing room right now, wondering what the fuck they came up against. Well, I'll tell you what they came up against. They came up against the world champions. They came up against the side that are going to hopefully win the Premier League again this season, and are going to hopefully go deep into this competition once again, because with performances like that, there ain't nobody that's going to be able to stop Liverpool if they can continue to do that. The substitutes, I know I should do the play ratings, but I'm just so made up to talk about Diogo Jota, Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, and how that front 3 performed that I can't even be arsed getting into it, because none of them lads with any of these lads, and that's kind of what it comes down to today. I'm really sorry we couldn't get the player ratings thing working today. We'll try and get it back and running for the Manchester City game, but I've enjoyed this as well. It's nice to be able to just give my ratings and then get slated in the comments. Always glorious. So thank you very much for watching. Me and Paul will be back with the instant match reaction very soon. 5 minutes. Get onto the YouTube homepage. Get in the chat for that one. Can't wait to get in there. Can't wait to speak to you all again. Can't wait to talk more about these 3 fellas, these 3 legends, these 3 guys who have just put Atalanta to the swords. Thank you very much for watching. Like the fucking video. I'll see you on the IMR.